Hey Jacob, how you doing? All right, thank you so much for your submission here. I was just reading through your writing to make sure there's no questions in here. And thank you for sharing your experience so far with the project in this writing. I enjoyed reading that. Thank you. Let's go ahead and jump right over to the ad. And here we are. Okay, you're set up very well. We take a look at the layer structure. There's only one real issue I see in the layer structure, and that's that you have successfully set up the logo, images, and text layers. However, the background image doesn't reside in the image layer. So you want to make sure all images reside in the corresponding layer. Other than that, the setup is great. You're correctly using the required typeface is Arial bold for the headline, Arial bold italic for the subhead, and regular Arial for body copy. However, I did notice that this is Arial narrow right here, and you can see that right here. If you just jump over to Arial right there, it's different than Arial narrow, and it does require Arial. So you want to make sure that 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 subhead is set up in Arial regular in the bold italic. Okay, body copy. All right, so good job setting up your bleed. Images look great. Nice masking over here. Really good job. This is just about perfect. I mean, you can almost not tell that this isn't part of the original image. So really fantastic job on the masking. Good adjustments on the masked image. I see you gave her a nice tan. That's very appropriate. And then, of course, the background image itself, I think is adjusted beautifully. I think you've done a really good job adjusting the tonal and color values associated with that image. So it's good to see there. Okay, the only thing I have left is just a couple of recommendations on the actual setup and composition. You're using all center align type except for the address, and typically you want to use you want to left align your type reg, right? And what that means is that you just left align it, and that'll give the viewer a little bit more visual engagement associated with the negative space that surrounds the type. Right now, with center align type, we have symmetry around the type, and that's not always the most interesting thing. Let me show you what I mean here. Let's just left align that. I'm just going to change the color of that to white. Here we go. Let's change the color of that to white. I'm going to reduce the type size of that significantly, and we have some spacing issues there, so want to check out your type, but yeah, got some unusual spacing going on. There's an unusual space right there. Okay, got another one right there. So as you can see, just by those little adjustments, we have a little bit of improvement here. And I'm just going to reduce the, all right, looking good. Now let's go ahead and left align your headline. Let's go ahead and left align your subhead. Okay, we might want to change the color of that subhead. Right now, I'm just going to go to white. And you can work the details out. Now, as you can see, this is really starting to come together. With this address right here, what I would recommend doing is placing the address. Take that logo, place it down here. We'll take the address, and what I would recommend doing is placing it on the top, but span the top of that. So you just take that guy right there. That address will reduce the point size on that. And then what you can do is we can just span the top with the address. Okay, something like that. I'm not going to do this completely because you can work that out. But as you can see right now, we're getting a little bit more effective page mechanics. I think the actual hierarchy is improved, and it's just a little bit easier to move through the ad without, let me revert this, and you can see a little bit easier to move through the ad with that nice alignment than it is kind of jumping around here the eye keeps on moving around here. So I think it'd be a little bit more comfortable for the viewer. So those are my recommendations. Just as I said, it just points a little bit to composition, but technical execution is excellent. So fantastic job there. All right, those would be my recommendations moving forward. I'd like to see you make those changes for your final submission of your final magazine ad. If you have any questions at all, I'd be glad to make clarifications. But go ahead and try those changes. Work out that typography and go ahead and try those changes. If you have questions or you need help, please feel free to get with me. And if you would like me to take a look at this before your final submission coming up here the week after next, please have at it. And I'll be more than glad to provide another critique based on the changes that you have made. All right, really good job. Again, the most important thing at this point is to let me know if you have any questions. All right, thank you very much.